Hello, dear Posh teacher. This is RonkePosh, and today we will be introducing ourselves. So, what's the big deal in introducing myself? So, my name is RonkePosh, and I work at the Posh School, year 3 teacher. Is that enough? In a world so crowded and a world that is full of so many people, how do you begin to stand out? How do you begin to stand out? How does your light shine before men that men will see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven? Considering there are billions of people in the world, how do you introduce yourself and stand out? So I really need us to begin to think like that as post teachers. In Nigeria already, we find that the brand of the teacher is not the best. So some of us, like me, if you've been connected with me for a period of time, you would understand that branding is very, very important to me. Standing out, your visibility is very, very important. When they look at you, when a parent approaches you, are you the type of teacher that they feel the need that they can shout at or slap or hit with a stick on the head? You know, we've heard stories about things like that. We've even heard parents hitting a teacher on the head till they die. How do you carry yourself? Let me let you know something. Every time that you present yourself, you must put your best foot forward. You must. This morning, I've woken up this morning, I've put makeup on my face. I didn't have to do that. I could just come here and say the same thing. After all, it's the content. I can write online and use any kind of word. I can use any kind of acronym. I can write that as DAT and use bad English and just do anything that I really want. But what we want to do as post teachers is to begin to think about our brand, is to begin to think about who we are. When I did the survey, most of us are already qualified, certified teachers with experience. Most people are working. Very few people are not working, and we'll do our best to see what we can do to get people engaged in jobs that they desire. Having said that, whether you're working or not, you must be able to brand yourself as a teacher. You must look good. You must smell good. You, even at home, during this coronavirus, I wake up every morning and I don't go around in my jammies and my nightwear. I dress up every morning. I am a good example to my daughter at home and to the people around me. How do you brand yourself? When there's an issue online, for example, and you are chatting, how do you contribute? Do you get angry when there's an issue in the society and somebody points something out and you don't agree? Do you start shouting and or ranting or writing comments with negative words on there, derogatory words, shooting people down? So we need to begin to look inwards. How are we feeling? How are we feeling at this time, especially now that it's such a tough time for many people? I'm here talking to you does not mean that I don't have my own challenges. I have big challenges. In fact, there's one I'm facing right now, but God is good. I just keep trusting him. But am I going to carry it on my head and bring it to this class? No, I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is to put it aside and believe that that will be sorted, and whatever it is I can do, the few actions I can do to ensure that that problem is solved, I will continue to do so. And in doing so, I would also continue here doing my job and all the multiple things that I have to do, putting my best foot forward. So I would like for you to create a 1-minute video introducing yourself. What is your name? Where do you work? What do you desire? What is special about you? If somebody introduces you, if you introduce yourself in a group, what response, what reaction is going to come out of it? So we want to see that so that people can learn from each other. Let's see how iron can sharpen iron at this point in time. How can iron sharpen iron? I will also drop an introduction of myself after this so that you can see how I've introduced myself online and offline in certain places. How do I introduce myself? It's nothing magnanimous or something so huge that you have to do, but you must present yourself as a posh teacher. You must present yourself in a really great way, because how you carry yourself is how people will carry you. If you're one that your shoulders are bent up forward and you're not, the energy is not there, that is how people are going to perceive you, and that is how they're going. Now, how are you going to behave when people are communicating, or you need something, or you're a bit, how are you going to relate with other people? Are you going to be the one that people are going to be saying, what's wrong with this one? Are you going to be the one that's always fighting online? Are you going to be the troublemaker? Or are you going to be someone that's going to be very creative in the way they communicate and the way that they put their feet forward? When it comes to questioning, how do you do it? How do you write? What are those things that you're going to do that is very, very special? So as a posh teacher, you're introduced introduction is very, very key at this time. So please ensure that as you introduce yourself, begin by just like going over your CV. So I've created a video about the CV as well, how we're going to put our CV together. But before I post that video, I want us to actually introduce ourselves in the group. And it's an exercise that you can also do even if you're watching this or just doing it wherever it is that you're finding it. Put pen to paper or get your Google document or wherever it is that you want to write it, and begin to say, okay, who am I? What makes me special? Now, if I'm so not, or whilst I love the Institute of Marriage and parenting is part of what is key to me and what I do, I don't start by saying I'm a mom and I'm a kid. So if you are not a mom, if they strip you of the mom and the husband, or they strip you of the children and put them on one side, who are you? What value are you adding to the world? As a man, as a woman, you are supposed to add value to the world. You are first a man, first a woman, before you are a husband, before you are a wife, before you are a parent. So as an individual, who are you? Ronkadeni, for example, RonkePosh. I am a fun-loving, creative, energetic person, and I love to get people to think. I love to change the teacher brand. I love to ensure that all the teachers around me are great and posh teachers. I want to do and influence as many teachers as possible around the world with 0 penny as much as I can. You know, if it's possible for me to impact and influence teachers as much as I can, I will do that. At the end of this few weeks that we're going to spend on here, what would I like to achieve? I would love for everybody to have grown to in a significant extent. They would have tools and skills to run with, to make the difference in the schools and the organizations where they work, to make a difference when it comes to their social media interactions. Whatever it is that I can use to equip and make everybody grow and everybody think, because it is said that 1% of people think, 4% of people think that they think, and the remaining 95% would rather die than think. Are you one that will think? Are you one that will grow? Are you one that will shine? How are you going to do that? A candle that is put on a mountain, how is it going to shine? You are created to shine. You are created to make your maker very, very proud. So I need to see your introductions. 1 minute introduction, 1 minute video introduction. How are you going to do it? You know, you're going to have to take time. Like I said, this activity, this group is not one of those ones that you sit down. Unfortunately, we're tracking everybody that is here. And to be honest, and with all humility, if anybody is not participating, because it's a voluntary thing, and I'm taking off my time to do this, it will be nice for people to want to do it as well. And I trust that people that are here will want to do it. But if anyone is not going to do the activities, then the person will have to be removed from the group, so that it's a game of transformation. You need to transform yourself as a teacher. You need to transform yourself as an individual. How can you grow? How can you shine? How can you be different in society? How can your light shine before men that they will give God glory because of you? So it's not humbling to say, oh, I don't want to talk. I'm not going to say this. It's not humility at all. Not to say you should go around and be making noise, because there's poise as well, etiquette, all the sort of things. We'll try and cover them before our time runs out and we go back to school, our individual schools and wherever they are. But this is our first exercise. It's an introduction. Let's see how the introduction are going to go. How is it going to go? And I will give feedback as I see fit, and other people can give feedback in a constructive way. This is not a group where we use derogatory words against the people. We do must be constructive and must be done in and with love. It's very important, because we're all trying to grow. Nobody has arrived. I haven't arrived. We're all on a journey, and we want to get better. So that one time you start going for interviews, or you are pitching to go for another role in your organization, you'd find that there's some things that you're actually doing right. What are those things that you're doing right? How are you making a difference in your circle of influence? Very, very key. So I look forward to seeing your introductions. I know they'll be beautiful. It's going to mean that you might have to trim your hair. It might mean that you have to wear makeup like I've done this morning. It might mean that you have to dress up. But how is it going to be? Knowing that you're a posh teacher, how do you put your best foot forward online? Please make sure that you engage, and please make sure you register if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, because I don't like to clog people's devices with videos and things like that Everything is going to be linked to my YouTube channel. Subscribe, hit the bell, the notification bell, so that anytime that I have something coming up, you'll be able to see it. If we're having a live webinar there, we can do our Q&As also on there. The idea is growth. The idea is also to support each other at this time, mentally, emotionally. We should be able to do that because it's not been easy. People just assume that, okay, teachers are okay, they are all now selling one thing or the other. Some of them are being paid, some of them are being paid half salary. They're going to go back to school, hooray, and everything will go back to normal. But people have gone through a lot emotionally. I don't know about you. We can talk about it. People have gone through a lot at this time. I have personally gone through a lot at this time. So it would be nice to have someone to talk to about it, to have that support. That's why I said it's a Posh Teacher support group. This is not the actual academy. We'll have the academy as well, but let's start with this support. Let the teacher know about to know what is going on. The assignments are going to be there, and you would need to submit. Engagement is very important here, because getting up in the mornings or whatever, creating the videos, ensuring that you are doing well and you are happy and you are in a good state is very, very important at this time. So, and it's also important to me, and that we are collaborating, we're working together, that it's not just me coming here talking and then you're just there just viewing and saying, what are they doing in this group? Or good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. We must communicate, acknowledge, and this is good practice, because this is also what we're supposed to be doing. Whether we're having offline meetings or online meetings, we need to be ensuring that we are relevant. So first exercise, it is the introduction, 1 minute introduction. And please note that this group is not a group that is permanent. I've said it over and over again. It's not a permanent group, but it's an important time, a group at this critical time where teachers need a lot of support. Teachers need a lot of support. So whatever we can do to ensure that teachers are supported and they are growing and they're as happy as they can be at this time is what is key to me. Thank you so much, RonkePosh.